Hi everyone, my name is Andy and welcome to All the Lonely Meeples. On this channel, I share solo playthroughs of various board games, including tutorials on how to play. As always, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below. Today's video features Patchwork, a two-player tile placement game designed by Uwe Rosenberg and published in 2014 by Lookout Games. Now if you're ready, let's jump right in. Here are the components you'll need for a solo playthrough of Patchwork. You will need all of the patch tiles. You'll need your board, either the yellow one or the green one. You'll need the center board. You'll need the single tile patches that will go on the main board. You'll need the marker, little person marker to go around the board, around the tiles. And then you'll need your scoring token and the Automa neutral player scoring token. Additionally, you'll need your buttons and the 7x7 tile. Now let's set up for the solo play. To set up, we're going to set up the same way as we do the normal game for two players. We're going to randomly put all of these around a big circle. That's not the best circle, but that'll do. And then we're going to place the main board in the center. Oop, I forgot this piece. We'll just put that right there. And then we're going to place each of these single patch tiles on the square on the board where it indicates. We'll place the 7x7 tile just right there. And we're going to look for the two tile, and we're going to place this just to, I believe, the right of it, and I'll double check that. And then our scoring token and the neutral player scoring token will go on the long red piece at the very end. We have our board. I'm going to set our board just off to the side for now, as I will get more room to build as we go. And then we start with 5 buttons. And now we're set up for the solo play. Now let's talk about what we're doing in the game and how we play with the neutral player. I did double check, and we do find the 2 tile piece, and we place this token just to the right of it in clockwise order. And so we're going to be moving around these tiles over and over again until the game is complete. And what we're going to do is we have our money in buttons, and we're going to try to take these tiles and placing them on our board wherever we want. They are double-sided, so we can flip them in any way that we'd like. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to fill up as many of these squares as possible in the hopes first that we can be the first one to complete a 7x7 square. This board is actually 9x9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So a 7x7 would be really nice to complete in order to take an extra 7 points by the end of the game. Okay, but when we take a tile, we find where the neutral token is, and we're allowed to take any of the next 3 in clockwise order. So I could take this one, or this one. And on the tiles themselves have 2 different things we need to know. First, the button price. How many buttons does it cost to pay for this tile? And then the time in the game. How long does it take to sew the patch on? So if I were to take this tile, I would pay 1 button. I would move my neutral token to where the neutral token where it was, and then I would advance my token up the number on the patch, so 2. In this game and another game similar called Nova Luna, the farthest back person continues to take their turn until they are passed. So if for some in the multiplayer game, the 2-player game, if somebody took a tile that was worth 1 time, they would move 1, and that person would go again until they move past. Okay? That's the first action you can do, which is to take a tile and pay the buttons. If for some reason I don't have enough buttons to pay for any of the tiles that are ahead of me, any of the first 3, I can go ahead and pass my time. And what I would do is I would, on the board here, I would move spaces until I get 1 ahead of my opponent. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I would do then is I would take that many buttons from the supply. So basically I've just spent 5 time in the game toward the end, but I get paid for each one. And that's me skipping my turn. I've collected money, and now my opponent would go. Every time you, let me go ahead and take a couple here. Every time you complete, or every time you pass a button, you're going to receive income, and the income comes from whatever is on your board. You're going to count the number of buttons and receive that many buttons from the supply. So it is good to continually put more buttons on your board so that every time you pass these buttons, you will receive income. The first person to pass over one of these single patch tiles takes it and immediately places it onto their board, preferably filling holes that you may have left yourself. Okay. The game ends when both players have moved to the center of the board. At the end of the game, we're going to count points based on how many tokens we have, how many buttons we have, minus 2 points for every spot on our board that is not filled up. So unless we play really, really, really well, most of the time this game is a low-scoring game. And now for the neutral player's turn, the solo variant, this comes to us from BoardGameGeek at Moarly, M-O-A-R-L-Y, and this is the variant 1 called Crown Yourself Patchwork King. And so what we're going to do is we're going to follow some simple rules to determine what tiles the neutral player will take. So the neutral player, the dummy player, is going to play without buttons. They will advance depending on the free spaces between us and them. So I'm going to play yellow and they're going to play green. If there's no free space between us on our time tokens, which means his is on, the dummy player is on top or one behind, there's no free space, they're going to buy the first patch in front of them. And again, they don't pay for any tokens or for any patches, and they also don't play. They're just taking them away from us as we play. If there's one free space in between, they will buy the second patch. And then if there are 2 free spaces between us, okay, they'll buy the third patch. If there are more than 3 spaces, so let's say I bought a patch that made me move really, really far, and if there's more than 3 spaces, the dummy player will advance and we will be next. So we actually get benefit if we move too far ahead of them. So what we're going to do is scoring, we're going to determine the number of buttons we have left and add the value of the special tile. We're going to subtract the negative 2 points for each space on our board, and then it gives us some parameters for how well we did. We're looking to get more than 30 buttons, which would be excellent. I don't know if we're going to quite do that. Normally I would say it's between these 17 to 8 buttons adequate, or somewhere in the 20s. We'll see how we do. So now let me reset. I'll fix this circle a little bit and we'll play the solo version of Patchwork. All right, once again, my circle looks a little wonky. I just want to make sure I have room on the camera for my board. And so we are going to start by deciding if we want this tile, this, or this. Oof. If I were to take this tile, and it cost me 3 buttons, and I moved 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, there'd still be 3 spaces in between us. I can't move too much farther away. I do like having that 1 button. You know what? That's a lot of spaces, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. So we're going to just move right there. I'm going to pay my 3 buttons. I'll just put them in the center just so I can have easy access. We'll move some more over there too. Okay. And I'll place it on my board however I'd like. Let's go ahead and do that. Place it right there. And as this circle gets smaller, I'll move things around. And we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 3 or more. The dummy player will advance and you are next. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we will actually go next. I think I really like this tile because it does fit nicely there. I just have to be careful of this down here. So I'm going to take this tile I'm going to pay my 1, and I'm going to move 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and I get a payday. So I'm going to receive 1 button back. And we're going to go ahead and move these as I can continue to make the circle just a little smaller. There we go. All right. And now it's the dummy player's turn. There is one free space. I'm sorry. There is no free space between us because it's either on top or right behind. So they're going to take the first patch, and they will just place that over there. Okay. And now it's our turn. So actually we cannot, and they're going to take that patch and they're going to move 1, 2, 3. So we can't actually afford any of this. This cost me 3 buttons, 7 buttons, and 10 buttons right there. So I'm going to go ahead and skip my turn, but I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and take 3 buttons. And that's going to happen throughout the game where we're just going to have really expensive tiles as we go. And I think it's going to happen again because there's one space, or there's no spaces between us. They're going to take the first one, and they're going to move 2 times. It's a tile with 2 times. 1, 2. Okay, so unfortunately, we've got some expensive tiles here. I think I'm going to have to go ahead and do that again. I have 5. I don't have 7 or 10. So we'll go 1, 2. I'm going to take 2 buttons, and I passed a button, so I'm going to receive 1 button from my board. Now we're cooking. Now we've got some money, some button money. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, again, there is no space in between us, so they're going to take the first one, which will move them 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we've got some things to work with here. I do have this long piece here that would go nicely right there, and it's got a button. I like that. Yeah, we're going to do that. So we're going to move over to here, and I'm going to pay 3 buttons, and I'm going to move my time, which is 3. 1, 2, 3. In Uwe Rosenberg fashion, when you are on top of another player, you are still behind, so we will go first again. And, ooh, man, so I've got 2 that are costing me 10. That's not going to work. But this zigzag right here could be a good tile. I kind of like it to go right there. Man, I do like that. Is there anywhere else I could go? No, I think I like that one. All right, I'm going to pay 1 and move my marker up twice. Okay, so now there is 1 space between us. So they're going to take the second patch, so this patch right here, and they're going to move. It costs 10, but they're going to move up 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and now it's our turn. We have 4. We could get a payday, so 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. We could get 6 right now. Is there something that I'm looking forward to? Or I could take this tile right here. This is, how would that would go nicely right there. I like that. I'm liking these choices. We'll go ahead and take that tile. So this tile has a button, and it's going to cost me 2. And so now I'm going to move 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And the reason I did that is I'm on top of them again. So I will get to go again and possibly buy another one. But I passed my buttons, or that button on the board. So I have 1, 2, 3 buttons on my board. I will take 3 buttons. And I'm on top, so I will go again. I really want to try and get these extra tiles when I can. So, oh my goodness, it's like this is fate. This one costs 2 and has a timer of 2, but it also fits nicely right there. I like that. I'm trying to build this 7x7 as quickly as I can. So we'll go ahead and buy that. And that skips the other small ones from them. So I'm going to spin 2 and move up 2. 1, 2. There is one space between us, and just to double check, one space between, they'll buy the second patch. So they're going to buy the long one. Oof. Okay. And that's a timer of 1. And now it's their turn again, and there's no free space. So they're going to buy the first patch, and they're going to move timer of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oof. Okay, I need to move big if I'm going to get that patch. I may not be able to get it now. Oh man, 8, 6, and a 1. I do like this tile sometimes. It is 1. It's just got a lot of stuff on it. If I did this, so a 7 by 7 would be here, this spot right here. Oh, if I take this, I'm gonna land right in front of him, and I'm going to end up losing that first patch. That's okay. It does have a button though, so that's good. It's 7 by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I do need this area right here. I can do it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna pay 1 button to place that. We'll go ahead and kind of move these around a little bit as the board gets smaller and smaller. There we go. And I'm going to move 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm giving up that little patch because he's going to pass over me in a second. So I passed a button. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. 4. Okay. Now there's no space between us, so they're going to take this first tile, which has a timer of 3. 1, 2, 3, and they're going to take the patch and just go over there. Okay, so maybe I do have 3. I have 6 buttons. This one would be a good one for right there. And it gets me more buttons. It's a timer of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I don't want to do that because I would give up another patch. So I think what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to, I always say skip my turn. I'm not skipping my turn. I'm skipping my pick action, my tile picking action. I'm going to go, so I'm going to move 1 ahead of them. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take 3 extra buttons. Okay. And then there are no spaces in between us, so they're going to take the first tile, which is this one. The little candy cane tile, that's what I call it. But they're going to move 6. So, oh man. Well, they're going to get it anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought I had outsmarted it. I just didn't think that far ahead. That's okay. I've got several moves here that I can do and lots of buttons to work with. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I take this tile, that would just be my turn, which isn't terrible. But I do have this also, which could go right here, or it could go right there. I kind of want to do that. We're going to take this tile first, which is 2 buttons and movement of 2. So 1, 2. I'm going to place it right. Oh, no. We're going to place it right here. Here we go. That's better. Okay. More importantly, I get paid. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll put some more buttons over here. Okay. There are tiles with that say you can trade them in for the 5 button tile or 10, and there's 120. I tend to just use singles when playing. Okay, so I'm still behind. I have 1, 2, 3 spaces. So this tile looks like a good one. It doesn't cost me anything. Maybe because of the print. This could go right here, and it looks like that would be hard to complete. But there is the 2 tile still. I just have to get to it. I don't know if I want to take that chance. Maybe I skip that one for now. Oh, there's some weird ones. There's this one. Maybe I waited too long because I don't really want any of these 3. I could just take a bunch of money. Do I do that? I would take 1, 2, 3, 4. If I took 1, 2, 3, 4, there would be no space in between us, and they would take this for a timer of 3. You know what? We're going to do that. It sounds a little weird, but I think I want more money. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now there is no space in between us, so they will take the first tile, and they will move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm setting myself up to try and get this, this piece. And the game is almost over. But now I do have access to this piece, which would be nice. I think I'm going to take it. And where do I put it? If I take this, I'll be on 2. I think I can easily pass over that. So I'm actually going to put it right here. Paying my 4 buttons. 3, there's 3, 4, and moving 2. I will go first again, but I did pass another button, so I'm going to receive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5. So pay 4 to get 5. That's pretty good. Okay, now let's move these around a little bit. I did leave myself with that 2, but I don't know if I need that anymore. I kind of like this one. Ooh, but can I play it? I can. I could place this right. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to pay another 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to take this tile, and I'm going to move 2. So 1, 2. I'm going to take the little patch. I do have 2 more places. I have it right here and right here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this patch right there. So to get my 7x7, I just need this spot right there, and then work on filling out the rest. Okay, so there is 1 space between us, so they're actually going to take the second. And they're going to move 3. So 1, 2, 3. So let's see. I have plenty of buttons. Couldn't think of the word button. I just need this tile. I'm looking at this one right here. That would fit. That would do it. This one would do it, and it would cost me 10 though. And I would be getting back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, does have 3 buttons. What would get me? I think I like this one better, so I can take 2 different tiles. I'm going to go ahead and take this one. I'm going to place it right here. I think. Yep. So I'm going to pay 2 and move 1. And I'm going to go again. And again, remember, I'm going to every space that I have empty at the end of the game is going to score me negative points. So I'm really trying to figure out a way to leave myself plenty of stuff open. Like this tile has 2. Ooh, but can I play it anymore? Oh, did I already ruin it? Oh my goodness. Oh no, I did. Oopsies. I needed to place that somewhere else. That's okay. So I can't use that, but I could do this one, which will give me a payday. And I want the straightaways, maybe do that. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll pay 2, and we'll move 2. 1, 2. And so I'm going to get a payday. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have my 7x7, so I will collect this. These are not usable. There's an additional 7 points. Okay. And then there is 1 space between us, so they're going to take the second tile. That one was, I couldn't use that anyway, so they're going to move 6. Oh, they took it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't really need those, but those single patches, but it would have been nice. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would give me 2. I do like the square, but this one's also good, and it would go nicely right there. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to spend 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To buy this, I'm going to buy this, and we're going to place it right there. And we're going to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to get a payday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now there's one space in between, so they're going to take this tile, which is nice because I couldn't use the H anyway, and they're going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I have a chance to get that final one. I think what I want to do first is I want to, I don't think I can place this one at all. I can't. Actually, I can't place many of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this one, the starter piece that we had, for 2. Whoops. And find where I'm going to, the reason I bought this is because I'm going to go right on top of them and have another turn. I'm just looking ahead. Yeah, I left myself no room to build these big ones, so that's okay. Oh man, I just realized I did something. Okay, let's go ahead and go right here. We'll go right there. Okay, so that's there. And then I have these 3 tiles to look for, and the only one I can actually place is this one. And I'm going to do that one right here. And that's I'm going to pay 3. And that's a time of 1. Oof, so I'll still move. I'm not going to get that one, but there's no spaces in between us. So he's going to take the first one, which is a 5 time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they are actually at the end of the game. They took 4 of those. That's all right. And now I'm actually going to, this is my last tile. I didn't do so hot with but I'm going to buy this one. It's cost me 6. So 2, whoops, 4, 6. I want this big square. I'm going to place it right there. And a timer of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I do get paid for the last thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and that is the end of the game. So now we just score. So I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, minus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So 21 minus 14, oh, it is 21 minus 14 is 7. So it says less than 9 buttons. That should actually say less than 8 buttons is bad. So what I left myself with was, so those, I should have 14 there. I left myself with 7 buttons. And so I should have, well, I like this solo version because they take a lot of the tiles, depending on how far away I am from them, the space between us. They take some of the tiles that I definitely could have used. Yeah, there are some that one would have been nice right there to take out some extra negatives. And I just so happened that they took 4 of the little patches. Whoops. The dummy player took 4 little patches that could have easily, that was negative 8 points right there. So in this example, I ended up with 7 points, which less than 7 buttons is bad. So, and it does say, improving your high score is the aim of the game. So I would simply just reset and try to get higher than 7 ending points. And that is the Patchwork, the Variant 1 solo version. Thank you for joining me at the table for a solo playthrough of Patchwork. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and hitting that subscribe button. And feel free to shoot me a comment down below. Thank you again, and I hope you'll join me for my next video.